acrobats of the Kenya.
Warida tasonga mbele kwa heshima. Kwa mwendo haraka. Msakata. Bara tembea. Wananchi wa Uganda na jazi la ulinzi ya wananchi wa Uganda. Viva Rais wa Uganda! Viva! Viva wananchi wa Uganda! Viva! Viva jazi la ulinzi ya wananchi wa Uganda! Viva! Bande! Kofia kichwani wetu!
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the First Lady of Uganda and the Minister for Education, Culture and Sports, Mama Janet Museveni, Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, the National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement, Haji Moses Chigongo, His Lordship Stephen Kavuma, former Deputy Chief Justice of Uganda, the Right Honorable Chintu Musoke, former Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Honorable Ministers, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Honorable Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, the Honorable Minister of State for Defense and Veteran Affairs, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense, Veteran Affairs, Permanent Secretaries, the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, Service Commanders, General District Leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Basebo ne banyabo muliyo mutya.
Your Excellency, after such a beautiful parade,
Sebo President oluvanyuma lw'ennyiriri zino ennungi eziyitiridde,
I believe the commander of the parade and his team deserve a loud applause.
nzikiriza ng'omuduumizi wa parade eno bassebo ne bannyabo agwanamu engalo n'akaluulu okwebaza omulimu ogukoleddwa.
Your Excellency, sir,
Sebo Wekitiibwa President,
allow me now invite the Joint Staff Political Commissariat, who is the mother and the midwife of this whole celebration in the Uganda People's Defense Forces, Honorable Major General Henry Masco, to come and give you his report of what we have done in Greater Massacre in the past 1 week. As he comes, sir, the theme for today is celebrating Pan-African solidarity and the people's sacrifice in the struggle for freedom and democracy for socio-economic transformation.
twaniriza omukwanaganya w'emirimu mu UPDF era nga bassebo ne bannyabo ono ekyo kyatwala ye maama
Ssabalungamya w'ebyobukulembeze mu magye.
era kino kye tuliko kigwa mu kkowe lya mirimu gy'aluŋŋamya.
Naomba kuendelea, Your Excellency. Your Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, Mama Janet Museveni, First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Your Excellency Jessica Lupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Alhaji Moses Chigongo, Vice Chairperson of the National Resistance Movement, the Right Honorable Richard Todong, Secretary General of NRM, Honorable Ministers and Ministers of State, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners, our Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs and Minister of State Veteran Affairs, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense, our Chief of Defense Forces and Special Presidential Advisor, Special Operations, your Deputy, members of the High Command, Service Commanders and Chief of Joint Staff, the Inspector General of Police, the Deputy Commissioner General of Uganda Prison Services, honorable members of Parliament, visiting delegations, defense advisors and military attaches, our district leaders, especially of Greater Massacre here present, general officers, retired and active, senior officers of all security forces, officers and militants of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, all distinguished invited guests, and the people of Uganda at large, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, I am Major General Henry Masco, the Joint Staff Political Commissariat of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, here, sir, to welcome you and all distinguished guests and to present a report about the Defense Forces' week activities on behalf of the Defense Forces Defense Organizing Committee. Your Excellency, allow me, before giving you details of the report, give a short background of this event. Tarehe Sita is the recognition of all efforts of the founding fathers of the National Resistance Army and Uganda People's Defense Forces towards the People's Revolution for Freedom, Democracy as the foundation for socio-economic transformation. It is the time to appreciate and recognize efforts such as those of the University Students African Revolutionary Front, USAF of the 1960s, the Front for National Salvation, FRONASA, of the 1970s, and indeed the events of 6 February 1981 that herald the maturity of the homegrown people's protracted struggle. Your Excellency, Tarehe Sita is therefore ring-fenced to symbolize the birth of a people's army. Over the years, commencing from 6 February 1981, the army, together with the people of Uganda, celebrate this milestone as a way of cementing the strategic relationship between the people and their forces. And it is an occasion to remind especially all officers and militants never to forget that their survival and strength depend on the support of the population. And for this reason, sir, the National Resistance Army and UPDF each year moves out to specific regions of the country to conduct several civil-military cooperation activities involving symbolic quick impact projects as one form of expressing gratitude and thanking the population for their unwavering and unconditional support. Your Excellency, the choice of Masaka region as the main focus of the 44th Tarehe Sita celebration is particularly informed by the fact that the region was a gateway for the different phases of the armed liberation struggle. In particular, Chotera district bore the brunt of several of the war activities. The Greater Masaka sub-region has the original historic linkage with the National Resistance Army. It is the gateway to the Tarehe Sita, when Kabamba was attacked by the 41 gallant freedom fighters who passed through Masaka on the 5th February on their way to Kabamba. The region shares also the international border with the fraternal peoples of the United Republic of Tanzania, whose solidarity with the Ugandan Revolution is unrivaled. The people of Tanzania, particularly Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, stood by Uganda during the most difficult times of dictator Idi Amin Dada. The Tanzanian people paid the ultimate price with blood during the anti-Amin wars in 1978-79. Masaka region, therefore, just like the Greater Mbarara, provided the much-needed launching ground for the ultimate liberation of the country. During the phases of the NRA struggle, not only did the fighters move through Masaka en route to attack Kabamba on 6 February 1981, but the final decisive offensive to take over Kampala in 1986 was carefully planned and executed in the Greater Masaka region. Therefore, to consolidate the gains of the People's Revolution, it was important to intensify political engagements with the good people of Masaka to ensure we consolidate the gains of the struggle. To note, Your Excellency, is the improved security and reduction of criminal acts of the unlawful elements. Therefore, the popular vigilance ought to be hailed and celebrated. The 44th Tarehe Sita anniversary being marked today is under the theme Celebrating Pan-African Solidarity and the People's Sacrifice in the Struggle for Freedom, Democracy, for Socio-Economic Transformation. Your Excellency and our distinguished guests, today marks the climax of beehive-like activities that have characterized the Defense Forces Week countrywide. Your Excellency, much as we nationally have been focusing in Masaka, in all our units countrywide and even in the mission areas, these activities have been going on. The activities to mark the 44th UPDF Defense Forces Week commenced on the 29th January 2025 with the national launch presided over by Her Excellency Honorable Jessica Rupo, the Vice President of the Republic, at the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs headquarters. And as has been the culture, we had a keynote speech to freshen our minds about why we celebrate, and this was delivered by Major General Retired Phinehas Katirima, reflecting on the place of Masaka region in the nation-building matrix. Your Excellency, the national launch was followed by the regional launch on 30th January 2025 at Ntete, Kasenyi Sub-County in Sembabule District, Mawogola West, which was presided over by the Honorable Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, representing the Right Honorable Prime Minister, together with the Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Honorable Haruna Kasolo, and the Minister of State for Health, Honorable Hajat Hanifa Banjirana Kawoya. District launches took place on the 31st January 2025, and these were presided over by various ministers, accompanied by UPDF generals and other senior officials, and attended by enthusiastic members of the public and their district leaders. Your Excellency, allow me to highlight some of our key programs during this period. First on our engagement was political and ideological and civic activities. Sir, a team of senior UPDF political commissars and civic officers from the Joint Political Commissariat have successfully conducted a 10-day mobilization engagement, including barazas with the population in all the districts of Greater Masaka. And the team, I want to once again introduce this formidable team, which was in all the districts. In Masaka district, the team was led by Colonel Nelson Maguru Ahebwa. He can salute you, sir. Masaka City was led by Colonel Henry Neverton Serugo. In Karungu district, the team was led by Colonel Justice Rukundo. Chotera district, Colonel Anotori Nuwajira, he was here, part of these arrangements. Ruengo district, Colonel John B. Kariango. Kalangala district, Colonel Retired Ibrahim Kedi. Sembabule district, Lieutenant Colonel Sam Ntungura. Diantonde district, Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Rwabujumbure. Bukomansimbi district, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Nimanya. And Rakai district, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Matovu. There was a formidable team from our Directorate of Women Affairs, led by Colonel Lydia Nandudu, and there was another team for engaging district leaders and the population in barazas, led by Lieutenant Colonel Inagahara Asaba. There was a seminar which took place for a week at Cham Sansara, led by Lieutenant Colonel Francis Liabigwamu. There was a big team from the Fisheries Protection Unit, led by Lieutenant Colonel Mase Tukahirwa. And yesterday, when we were interacting with the business community, they commended her efforts that now the relationships are improving between them and the fishing community. We had a team that was following up our historical sites, led by Lieutenant Colonel Robert Kamuntu. Overall coordination was by Director CIMIC, Brigadier Michael Chibuye, and Director Ideological Development, Colonel Deo Karikona. Sir, the Ideological Orientation Seminar for Youth and Women Leaders was held at Sacred Heart Primary School, Cham Sansara, in Karungu District. It commenced on 30th January 2025 and successfully ended yesterday, the 5th of February, with a total number of 496 leaders from the Greater Masaka. They benefited from a very rich package that we hope will make them be effective in their leadership roles. Sir, we have come with the team also to grace this occasion and benefit from Your Excellency's message. The district training teams conducted sensitization barazas for leaders in the sub-region and emphasized and promoted patriotic leadership, security consciousness, and improved service delivery for socio-economic transformation. I want to report to Your Excellency that 1,053 leaders engaged with our team. Your Excellency, the fishing community was sensitized on fishing laws and regulations and ensuring proper fishing methods. A total of 200 life jackets were donated by the FPU team to some of the fishing community. The Women Mobilization and Training team led by our Directorate of Women Affairs and the Psychosocial Department have been able to remind women that we don't only celebrate the gallant men, but also women who contribute greatly to the liberation struggle. Some of the areas covered were in the financial literacy, responsible parenting, avoiding early pregnancies, managing domestic violence, and educating their children. Sir, sensitization training by our own Wazalendo, which is one of the most successful savings and credit societies, led by the board members and the Chief Executive Officer, Brigadier Onata, was conducted for a number of circles in this region. We also participated in sensitizing on the need for hygiene and cleanliness. Our troops joined the community in cleaning trading centers, public institutions, markets, to mention but a few. We also interacted with the young people in schools, and we managed to donate some scholastic materials headed by our Joint Staff, Formal Education, Sports and Culture team. In total, they donated 28,000 dozens of books, 28 boxes of pens to benefit selected schools. Additionally, in this interaction with the young people, we had debates on patriotic topics, and these took place and were concluded yesterday, Your Excellency. We had light moments, sir. We engaged in cultural and sports activities by engaging in games like football, netball, marathon, cycling, and in these we were cementing our clear strategic relationship with the community. It was not easy for us. UPDF was always the runners-up. In Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe team took the award, both the trophy and the goat. In Bukomansimbi, the same. In Karungu, their UPDF was not very graceful. They took the trophy. Ruengo select team took the trophy. Liantonde took the trophy. Rakai took a cow. And Masaka, they took the trophy. Masaka cities, the same. Karangara, the same. Chotera was yesterday. And here, the bull also went to both the netball and football teams. The climax, this was the climax of our activities. Your Excellency, we have had several engagements on televisions. We are thankful to TM TV and other TV who gave us free airtime to engage with the population, radio talk shows aimed at fostering harmony and understanding between ourselves and the people. Your Excellency, we had, as usual, medical outreaches, and without going in a lot of details, I want to report that a total of 25,320 people who came with problems received assorted medical attention from our medical outreach programs. To note, the support included major surgeries, minor surgeries, and other medical services. We got huge support from the Ministry of Health, and this helped us strengthen activities in selected districts, and this was greatly impactful. Selected health facilities have also benefited from donations of delivery beds and mattresses. Your Excellency, the most exciting part is the services of the joint civil engineers who undertook 31 projects, and in these 29 projects were in the other districts and 2 in Greater Masaka. Yesterday, Your Excellency, these brand new projects were handed over in very colorful functions. The people are aware of what they received in Rwengo, the Antonde, Chotera, they received an OPD at Ndoro Health Center 3. This one is for the home district, and they received also some improved facilities of sanitation. Your Excellency, the above constructed structures have been fully completed and were handed over yesterday in colorful ceremonies. Your Excellency, as I conclude, I wish to appreciate and acknowledge exceptional support from some individuals, MDAs, and corporate entities for their generous contribution towards the Defense Forces' weak activities in Greater Masaka sub-region. As I mentioned, the individuals and the MDAs, those who are around, can wave to Your Excellency. The first individuals are Miss Teddy Naruwu, Haj Elias Kajura, and Jeremiah Kaima of Ntak, these ceremonial grounds. Your Excellency, this reminded me that when you were in the bush, individuals of such patriotic spirit used to surrender their shambas for our operations. So, Teddy Naruwu, Haj Elias, we are greatly indebted. Your Excellency, Sacred Heart Girls Primary School, Chamusansara, and the Catholic Parish of Villa Maria offered us unconditionally a very serene venue where we have had our ideological retreat. If the sisters and the fathers from that parish are here, they can wave to Your Excellency. Third, Your Excellency, are the leaders of the Greater Masaka business, farming, religious, and political community who organized on their own a dinner to appreciate the CDF and the entire UPDF team for what they have done for the country and for particularly holding Tarehe Sita in the region, and the Army's tremendous contribution to peace and stability of the country that provides them an enabling environment to produce and invest. Your Excellency, may be to mention during this dinner, the chairperson of that community raised points which they claim they had raised with Your Excellency about strategic factories in this region and capitalizing the existing entrepreneurs to transform them into modern capitalists. We want to salute the Ministry of Health for exceptionally supporting our medical teams with drugs worth 16 million, 5 film vans, a TV mobile clinic, and this greatly enhanced our outreach. Your Excellency, I want to salute the Minister of Works and Transport, the Minister himself, and the company which is operating in this area, and the other officers of UNRWA, Engineer Sozi Chiwanuka and Engineer Nyakana, who supported us in preparing especially these ceremonial grounds and enabling the road to here to be passable, since they are still engaging in construction activities. Your Excellency, we want to appreciate, as the Army and Minister of Defense, the role of the RDCs and RCCs and their teams in the districts, who have tirelessly worked with us to ensure we have successful birthday celebrations. The RDCs and RCCs can stand and wave to Your Excellency. They've been a very exceptional group to us. Our sister security organizations, the Uganda Police, Uganda Prisons, and the officers of ISO have been very, very helpful. 2 retired generals who are resident in Greater Masaka, Major General retired Fenehas Katirima and Brigadier General Washande, who are doing tremendous work as veterans, showing that as generals they are retired but not tired. They've been very handy to us. Your Excellency, not to underestimate the contribution of the Cabinet, right from supporting the information paper, but also being practically in the field to show solidarity with the Army during this Defense Forces Week. They delivered important government messages to the people of Greater Masaka. Your Excellency, in the last week, the political vibe has been at its height in this region. I want to recognize the Vice President Emeritus, His Excellency Gilbert Bukenya, who donated 15,000 indigenous trees and gave us a plot where a forest has been restored at Chewaga, Chitinda, around Abaita Babiri, and this was done in partnership with the Air Forces and the Special Forces. I want to also salute Brigadier Washande, who gave us some medical pharmaceutical areas. It seems he has retired into some business and he made a contribution. Our own next subsidiary and its ventures gave mattresses. Our Wazalendo Circle contributed scholastic materials and reusable pads for our young girls, and these were distributed to the schools. Arigawara Eye Hospital contributes to this region. Other corporates, Sadorin Limited, they deal in paints. They gave us physical paint worth 63,440,000. 1 million trees, and environmental NGO gave us 150,000 assorted fruit trees, which are being planted around all our units. Stanbic Bank gave us also trees which were planted in Greater Masaka and 10 delivery beds. Crest Tank gave us 5 huge tanks and some dustbins which we have distributed. BV General Enterprises gave us cash of 7 million, which we put to the medical services. Mbarara Technical and Engineering Services gave us 1 huge tank, which we sent to a school that was water stressed in Diantonde. There is a group of young people called Pamoja Foundation, contributed soft drinks for our troops who were doing CIMIC activities. We also acknowledge PIBID. This is the presidential initiative of banana. They contributed some bags of banana flour and some boxes of banana biscuits. National Water and Sewage Corporation gave us cash of 10 million, and Movit gave us assorted items and a cash of 4 million. We want to acknowledge and thank the people from these corporates and also individuals and the MDAs. We appreciate you in particular as our Command-in-Chief for always guiding us on this important historic event and finding time to grace the occasion in person. We don't take this for granted, Your Excellency. We also appreciate the top management of the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, where there is the political leadership and our Chief of Defense Forces, for close strategic guidance they gave towards the success of this occasion. I want to acknowledge and report that the Defense Organizing Committee exhibited great team spirit, and that's why we are having an orderly function. Last but not least, the population of Greater Masaka, who enthusiastically welcomed us and made us feel at home. We don't take for granted. Wananchi, we are tuli basanyufu nnyo ku lw'essanyu lye mwatulaze. Katonda abongere we mwaze mujewo for God and my country. The short video is showing a snapshot of what took place. Your Excellency, I beg just for those few minutes to demonstrate what I have been talking about.
Wawaka mama moto wawaka moto wawaka
tusaba tutunule ku zi TV ezo okulaba mu bufunze afande byava okwogera wano.
Tarehe Sita, 6th February, has since 1981 been set aside to celebrate the founding of a people's army. It symbolizes and recognizes all efforts of founding fathers of the People's Revolution for Freedom and Democracy in Uganda as the building blocks of historic mission of socio-economic transformation. Every 6th of February, commencing 1981, the Army and the people of Uganda join hands during the Defense Forces Week to engage in activities and celebrations aimed at cementing the scene and for years and years to come. A culture of remembrance ought to be entrenched to ensure that at no time should the armed personnel forget that their unflankable strategy should be the support of the population. Likewise, for the people to be reminded of their patriotic duty to participate in the defense of their country. The 44th Tarehe Sita Anniversary 2025 is being celebrated in Greater Masaka, Chotera District, Kakuta Constituency, Kasasa Town Council grounds, as we climax the Defense Forces Week. The choice of Greater Masaka is consistent with the consideration made in the 3 previous anniversaries to particularly trace all footprints of the people's struggle for freedom and democracy. This includes the contribution by the FRONASA, the Front for National Salvation, that played a pivotal role in the liberation of the country from the diabolical rule of Idi Amin. Similarly, this reason that the 44th Tarehe Sita anniversary is celebrated under the theme Celebrating Pan-African Solidarity and the People's Sacrifice in the Struggle for Freedom and Democracy for Socio-Economic Transformation. In celebrating this year's Tarehe Sita, we recollect that on 5th February 1981, a group of gallant sons of Uganda, led by the father of the revolution, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, set out on a mission of launching a protracted people's war. Armed with only 27 guns, they trekked through Greater Masaka with milestone events in Nyendo, Bukalasa in Kalungu district, through Zimbabwe until the dawn attack on Kabamba Barracks on 6th February 1981. This clearly demonstrates the historic importance of Masaka as a geographic area. It is worth noting that in the final phase of the armed struggle between 1985 and 1986, Masaka was the launchpad of the decisive battles before the fall of Kampala. Suffice to note that the same region was the gateway for the offensive against Idi Amin in the war between 1978 and 1979 through the Mutukula-Chotera axis. Therefore, having national celebrations with the people of Chotera district on this D-Day is to recognize the sacrifice of both the Tanzanian brothers and sisters alongside the Wananchi of Mutukula-Chotera axis. Tarehe Sita celebrations in Greater Masaka, like it is always the case, is yet an opportunity for the UPDF to optimize on its core functions, among which is fostering harmony and understanding between the defense forces and civilians. It is therefore within this context that each year the Army engages in several civil-military cooperation activities of a quick nature impact by way of giving back to the people and expressing eternal gratitude to the population for their continued support towards national defense through wealth creation and improvement of household incomes. Jaja Wabazukulu, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the father of the nation, promised to secure the future of the Republic of Uganda. We have watched him deliver every day, especially the mighty victorious UPDF, pacifying the whole country by intensifying counter-terrorism operations focused on combating activities of ADF and Al-Shabaab and their regional and international affiliates, maintaining a proactive posture of zonal and operational deployments to deal with their threats, conducting preventive and disruptive operations to deny of the Presidential Executive Order No. 3 on disarmament and related security measures in Karamoja aimed at curbing insecurity in the region. Operation Usalama kwa Wote has qualitatively arrested the insecurities in the region. All national borders are secure, save for the northern and western borderlines, which continue to experience spillover effects from activities of negative armed groups in southern Sudan and eastern DRC since July 2021. However, UPDF has trained and equipped over 400